video is for zeros of quadratic functions. So the definition is the points at which the parabola intersects the x-axis. So that's what we're looking for when we're finding the zeros. So this is also called zeros, solutions, and x-intercepts. All right, so we can have three different possibilities here. We can have two solutions, one solution, or no solution. So when we have two solutions, we've got a parabola that looks like this. It's going to touch the x or cross the x-axis in two places. One solution is going to be a parabola that looks something like this, where the maximum or the minimum, your vertex, is right on the x-axis. And then no solution is where your parabola never touches the x-axis. All right, so let's try this. So we've got x squared plus 4x minus 5. So we can do a table. So we go into y equals, and we're going to do x squared plus 4x minus 5. And then we're going to go to the table. And so remember, we always look for that vertex. So remember, when we're looking for the x, we can do negative b divided by 2 times a. So that would give me an x of negative 2. And then I can take that negative 2 and I can plug it into my original equation. And so my y, my vertex, would be 2, 9. And so I always try to put that vertex in the middle of my table. And that kind of gives me a starting place to go to. Okay, so let's do negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and then negative 1, 0, and 1. And so then I can just use my table and go down and fill in all the values from my table. So this is coming straight off my calculator. Okay, so we know that this is our vertex here, this negative 2, negative 9. So if we graph that, we know that that is our vertex. And then I can look here, and any time that the y's are 0, like here and here, those are going to be my x-intercepts. Those are going to be my zeros. So I've got negative 5, 0, and then I've got 1, 0. And you can graph as many points as you need to make your parabola. But these are my zeros right here. This one and this one at negative 5 and 1. All right, so this time I have x squared minus 2x plus 1. So again, my x is going to be 2, so negative b, divided by 2 times a. So 1 is going to be my x. And then my y, if I plug this into my original equation, I will get a 0 out. And so that will be 1, 0 is our vertex. So I've got 0, negative 1, negative 2, 2, 3, and 4. So if I type the equation in, so x squared minus 2x plus 1, and we look at the table, again, I can fill all these values in. Here's 1, 0. So then 0 and 1, negative 1 and 4. So you can fill these values in straight off your calculator. And then you can graph. So again, this one right here, this is our vertex at 1, 0. And then let's see what other points we can do. Let's do 0, 1, or let's go up one, -2, 9. Oop. -2, +9, and we'll do 4 and 9. And so in this one, I've just got 1, 0, 1 x-intercept, and that's actually my vertex. So in this final one, so my x is going to be -2 divided by 2 times -1. So my x is going to be 1. And if I take this 1 and I plug it in here for x, I'm going to get a y value of 2. So 1, 2 will be my vertex. And then if I go in and let's do 0, -1, -2, 2, 3, and 4. Again, type the original equation into your calculator. And we're going to look at the table. And I can fill my values in straight off this table. So -11, -6. Okay, so my vertex is the 1, 2. Oh, that should be a -2. I apologize. This should be a -2. Sorry, guys. So 1, -2. And then we've got, let's see, -1, -6, and then -3, -6. So in this example, we have 0 solutions. There are no x-intercepts. So the discriminant. So this is used to determine the number of solutions. So the discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac. So if d is greater than 0, there are 2 solutions. If d is equal to 0, then there are 1 solution. And then if d is less than 0, there are no solutions. There are 0 solutions. So we're going to use the discriminant to determine the number of solutions here. So b squared minus 4ac. So here that would be 5 squared minus 4 times 1. And then c is 4, sorry. And that you can just type into your calculator. I can get mine to clear real quick. So we've got 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. And that gives me a discriminant of 9. So I have 2 solutions. All right, so on 8, so I have -3 squared minus 4 times a times c. And here I get a -31. So that means there are 0 solutions. All right. So this one, b squared minus 4 times 1 times c. This time I'm going to get a 0, which means there is 1 solution. All right, here. So b squared, so -4 squared, minus 4 times a times C. So this time I get 40, which means I have 2 solutions. And then the final 2. So B squared, so negative 12 squared minus 4 times A times C. Here I get a 0. So again, this one has 1 solution. And so what this does is this helps you know how many x-intercepts you need to be looking for. All right, last one. So B squared minus 4 times A times C. So here I get a negative 71, which is 0 solutions. So that's it for this video.